Hi, Mike here, and I wanted to do a kind of a beginner's look at C++ versus Python and how the two languages compare next to one another. I wanted to show this using the Hello World program. And what I have here is a C++ compiler and a Python interpreter. And we're going to write the same program but in two different languages. So let's start with C++. What we're going to do is include IOStream. This library allows us to send texts to the terminal. Initialize our main code block. And now we're going to tell it to use the standard namespace. Using namespace standard. Now cout hello world, and then in the line and L, cool, and return 0, close bracket. So let's execute it, shall we? And it worked. Hello world. Cool. So let's zip on over to Python and do the exact same thing. What we're going to do is print hello world. And let's run it. Ta-da! Did the exact same thing and was much simpler. So let's compare the two, shall we? If we look at C++, we had to include our IOStream library. We had to use a code block, and we had to tell it which namespace to use. Then we had to tell it to cout hello world, then end the line, and return 0. If we look at Python, all we had to tell it to do was print hello world, and it did. And this contrast shows the difference between the languages. That's kind of an obvious thing to say. But when you look at C++, it is more complicated. But that gives you a lot more control over your code. And it makes it more flexible. And that's why C++ is used in just about everything. Now, Python is simple and easy to learn, but it's used in a lot of networking because you can make modules rather than having to write the same code over and over. I learned Python first because it's so simple. You jump right into coding, and it kind of puts you in that programming state of mind. And it was just a good way to start because it showed you the type of challenges and mindset you have to be to write a program that a computer will understand. And once you get once you get the basics down in Python, I then recommend you learn C++ because it's much more powerful, in my opinion. I enjoyed Python. Python's a very fun language to learn, but C++ can be challenging. And when you get a program to compile and do what you want, it can be very exciting. That was a very nerdy thing to say, but whatever. So that's just what I think of the two languages, and make up your own mind. I recommend starting out in Python because it's so simple, and it is fun to write, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. I won't stop you. See ya.